Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Eric Kincaid from the Fairview School District. Want to keep everybody in the loop on the latest announcements and breaking news here from the state. You have probably heard by now that the governor has canceled school for the remainder of the 2019-20 school year. We got that information really within the hour, and we shared that with you the moment that we received it. I know a lot of my colleagues around the county were a little upset that we were just hearing about it for the first time, and really there wasn't any heads up for us. But I think it was expected at the end of the day, and it's probably the right decision by the governor, considering the circumstances and the desire to keep everyone safe and healthy. With that, let me give you some updates. Certainly, this isn't what any of us wanted. I can tell you when I sent the email out to our staff, the number of teachers and aides and other employees in the district that emailed me and said, "This is so sad, I miss my kids," was really just overwhelming. Our teachers and support staff and administration really do miss our students. We miss having school and the interaction and seeing you in the hallways and at lunch and recess and all of your classes. It is a tough time for not only you, but for also for our employees. We certainly aren't going to claim to have all the answers right now. We don't. This information is just settling in, and we're trying to take it all in and plan ahead. But this is new for all 500 districts in the state of Pennsylvania. But I was thinking about this, and I'll tell our Fairview family something that I used to tell my athletes when I was a coach 100 years ago. We may not always be the biggest team or the fastest team or the most athletic or the most skilled team, but my teams always did one thing. We worked harder. We worked harder than everybody else. And although we don't really have an opponent, other than an invisible virus in this, we don't really have an opponent right now. But I can tell you this: the Fairview School District will work harder than anyone during this time. We're going to work harder than we ever have before during this very difficult situation. You expect that from us, and more importantly, we expect that of ourselves. So do not fear. We will plow forward, and we will continue our hard work that you've come to expect at the Fairview School District. I will tell you that life is going on here in the district. This morning, our administrative team spent the morning reviewing applications for our new vacancies, our vacancies in the district, teaching vacancies. This afternoon, we have a conference call with our architects to review our Fairview High School design project. And, we're continuing to do the things that we would typically do here on an administrative level, because we know that things will be back, maybe not to normal, but things will be back in time. We know that. So what does all this mean for us? Well, from an education standpoint, I can tell you that we're going to keep it going with what we've been doing with our online distance learning, with one exception. We're going to get better at it. Now, this is something that we weren't necessarily prepared for, but I think we're doing a really well of a job at it, and we're working out a lot of the kinks, and we're going to get better at it. So what can you expect from an education standpoint over the next couple of weeks? Better than what we've done, and much the same as far as when you log on, how you log on, and what the teachers are pushing out to you. Again, it's impossible to give you 100% of the curriculum in this format, but our teachers have made the decisions on what the most relevant content is for our students, and that's what's getting pushed out, and that's what our students are doing. We're going to continue with our same grading procedures. I think it's fair the way we're doing it. I think it's beneficial in terms of student grade point average and things like that. But again, that's not the concern right now. The concern right now isn't what grades you get or where you rank on a particular assignment or if you graduate with honors or what have you. The concern right now is learning, grasping the content, trying to continue educating as best we can, and that's what we're going to do. So what can you expect? You can expect much of the same, only getting better. Athletics. Well, we haven't gotten an official word from the PIAA, but I think this kind of locks up their decision. I think the governor just made the decision for PIAA. It appears to be, athletics appear to be over right now. We likely won't, certainly won't have the winter sports postseason, and it looks like spring athletics won't happen as well. More to come on that as we learn. Lunches will continue. That was something I probably should have said from the outset. We will continue lunches. I'm sending this announcement on Thursday at about 12. I'm making it about 12:30, 12:20. We are giving 2 lunches today because there isn't going to be a lunch tomorrow, as it's a day off for our cafeteria workers. So lunches will continue. They'll continue next week. They'll continue the week after. We'll continue to feed any child in the Fairview community that wants a lunch. What are we going to do with seniors? That's a question that we are asking ourselves right now. Senior awards, scholarships. I can tell you that Dr. Lane and Mr. Bell and the guidance counselors at the high school are on it. They're working on it. They're talking through the logistics about how to roll that out and how to best do that. So those won't go away. They're just going to look a little bit different, but they're not going to go away. The one thing that is really near and dear to my heart, because it's probably my favorite day of all the days of the year, and that's commencement, graduation. And graduation will happen this year. It will happen, not in the traditional sense probably, but we're going to do something. We're brainstorming ways. Our class of 2020 deserves recognition in a big, big way, and we promise that that's going to happen. We're not sure what that's going to look like yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen in a big way, and that class of 2020 is going to have their name called, and they're going to get to smile, and their parents are going to get to feel that sense of accomplishment and pride that they certainly deserve to feel. And that's going to happen one way or another. I promise you, our students are going to graduate. We're going to make sure that is done in a big way. There has been lots of talk from the state level about summer learning. I don't know what that looks like yet. I do feel, though, that it's going to be an opportunity for us. And as soon as we're given permission to move forward with that, we will roll something out on summer learning. I don't know if that means doing a refresher of the fourth quarter. I don't know if that means bringing a select number of students in or on or online or what have you. But I have a sense that we will have some type of summer learning, probably not on a mandatory level, but some type of summer learning for families and students who feel that they need that or request that. So more to come on that. We're just waiting for some better guidance on what that looks like. 7.5 minutes. I didn't want to go that long, but I will end the way I always do and remind you what our theme is for the school year, which is don't count the days, make the days count. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together as a Fairview family. As a Fairview family, we'll get through it. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Any questions, any concerns that you have for me, for Dr. Zona, for Mr. Barnes, for Mr. Neese, anyone here at the central office, Mr. Krasinski in food service, any of our principals, Dr. Lane, Mr. Bell, Dr. Horn, Ms. Skelly, Mr. Farrager, Mr. Herring at the buildings. I know Mr. Junker, our technology coordinator, has been getting lots of messages because we've had some little quirks with our iPads, but they're working well right now, and things seem to be going pretty good as far as the technology standpoint. So if you have any questions for any of those folks, they're available. Reach out to them, email them, send them a message through Schoology. They'll get back to you. And folks, hang in there. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. I promise you, it's all going to be fine. We'll talk to you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your spring break. We'll be back at it online next week. Better than ever, I promise. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.